Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our onboarding call. Welcome to the team. We have some people joining that are not exactly on the team, but you're on our team. If you join our calls, if you know about these calls, we are all one big family. And first and foremost, I just want to thank all of you guys for being a part of this incredible journey. And I want you guys to know you're not just joining a team or a company, that you're stepping into a movement that has the power to impact lives around the entire world. And that impact starts with you. Last week, we had a training like we're going to have this Wednesday, just talking about, our testimonial, and being able to get into conversations with people and being able to do that appropriately so that people don't shoot you down in the beginning of the conversation, which I'm going to talk about tonight. But this whole business starts with you. And where it starts with you is in your mindset. And the way you show up for this business will determine how fast and how far you grow. And when I say in this business, you guys are an entrepreneur. Anybody that's decided to go on this journey down this path, the cool thing about this business that I didn't understand when I first started in this business was the fact that you're an entrepreneur and this is your business. And before I go any further, if you guys would do me a favor, if you could just turn on your cameras, just so I'm not talking to a bunch of black boxes, I would really, really appreciate that. That's why we do this on Zoom. That way I get to know you. If I see you at an event or I see you out, I can put a face with a name. If you're driving and not comfortable to do that, it's okay. But if you would, I would love it if you would do so. So, anyways, when you guys decided to go down this journey, you became an entrepreneur. You open up a business. You have a website. You can create a business name. You can create an LLC. And what that means is you're building something that's real. You own this. You could sell this. You could will this to your kids. And not only do you own a business, you have something that has purpose. So treat it with the seriousness that it deserves. Treat it with consistency. Treat it with the heart that it deserves because you have a gift in your hands that you can give to many, many people. You have a lottery ticket that the company has given you that you can determine what the value of that lottery ticket is. And so what you have to do is you got to come in here and you got to learn everything you can about this business, about this product. And I'm not saying you got to learn it in a day. I'm not saying you got to learn it in a week. I'm saying just spend the time consistently, if it's 10, 15 minutes every day, and learn what you can. Show up to these calls. Use the powerful resources that we've created with the wellnessrev.org. Lola will put that in the chat. That's our website that has a lot of resources on it. Our school platform. Sign up for that platform. It has a bunch of training in there that's going to help you take your business to the next level. It's going to help take the people that come in. Share that website with people so that they can see what they're becoming a part of. Because when you do that, you guys, knowledge will create confidence in your business. And when you create confidence within you and within your business, it's going to drive momentum. And when you have momentum, if you're consistent, will become impetus. And impetus is different from momentum. Momentum is like if you have a car on the top of a hill and it goes down and it gets to the bottom of that hill, that car is going to stop. But what we want to create impetus, what impetus is when you create momentum and it gets to the bottom of that hill, you have enough energy to get back to the top of the hill because that's what business is all about. It's all about peaks and valleys. So in order to do that, we want you to show up for our weekly trainings on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. If life gets in the way and you can't attend live, just make it a priority to watch and be a part of this amazing group. Because every training, every time you listen to something, it's a step forward in your growth. Listen, for 2 months, I got on calls every day because I was like, I'm going to master this. I want to know how to talk about this. I want to hear how other people are doing it. And I knew that every call was a chance to sharpen my skills and build belief in this business. Because I know what's really important in any business, you guys, and that is belief. It's everything. This product, you guys, is not just another supplement or another gadget. This is technology that is going to change humanity. You must believe that. I know that I'm going to live past 100, maybe 120, maybe 130. And I knew when I truly believed that sharing was going to become natural for me. And when it became natural, I shared it with everybody. My passion became contagious. And I started to share with every single person. And every person I shared with was right there with me. And then I started planting seeds everywhere I went, the gym, restaurants, out and about in my daily life, going to Target. This weekend, I was talking to a cashier. She was probably 55 years old, looked like she was in a little pain, I started sharing it with her. But the best part of this business, you guys, is you guys are not doing this alone. We've created a system for you. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. That's the cool thing. I've come into this business. I knew nothing about this business. I signed up with somebody that didn't know anything about this business. You guys have an upline. You guys have an organization that you could plug into. Just follow the one that's proven. Invite people to opportunity calls tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Get on the opportunity calls tomorrow so that you can learn how to present this business. Invite people to these calls. Use these tools, leverage the team. The reason why we do this, one thing that we understood is we cannot do this alone, you guys. We all rise together. And I know every single person on this call is here for something bigger than yourself. This isn't just about sales, you guys. It's about transformation. It's about transforming people's lives, transforming their health, transforming their wellness, transforming their finances. It's about being part of something special, you guys. And this is something really, really special. I want to change the industry. I want to change the face of the industry, but I want to change human lives. This is something very, very rare. This is a once in a lifetime thing. Once in a lifetime, this is going to come along. And this is something the world desperately needs. We need to focus on our wellness. We need to focus on community. We need to focus on our finances and being able to provide for our families way more. And we have a product that has no competition. So we have what we need in our hands to do something really, really special. It's up to us if we're going to do it. Now, what I want to do on this call is I want to walk you through the back office so you can get familiar with everything and learn how to navigate like a pro. I'm going to go through this quickly. On our website, wellnessrev.org, under the onboarding tab, we have 2 to 3 minute videos. So if I go through this quickly, you can go to those videos and resource them. Or if someone asks you a question, push them to that website. Also, there's compensation training on there, everything that you need. But I just like to do this for the people that just started, just to kind of show you the most important stuff inside of the website. Okay, so let me share my screen with you guys. So this is your website. You log into it. When you log in, you're going to see your name up top here. Now you see I have the Wellness Revolution LLC. I put mine in an LLC because everything I do with this business, I write off. Okay. You'll probably see your name up here. If you want to know how to set up an LLC and what are the advantages of it, we have training on the platform, exactly how to do it and who you need to call and how you need to set it up. Okay. Excuse me. So you're going to click on this Wellness Revolution. First thing you do when you come in here, you want to go into change settings. Okay. And what you want to do is you want to go through here and you want to update your profile. You see all these edit buttons? You can go in and edit all of these things inside of here and then go tab by tab and just make sure all the information is filled in. You answer these questions and fill in this information. Okay. That's the first thing that you want to do is set your profile up. The next thing I want you to understand is inside of here under change settings, I want you to understand how you build your organization, right? There's only two sides, a left and a right when you sign people up. And the best thing to do with the enhanced compensation structure is to do one left, one right, one left, one right, one left, one right. So if you sign someone up on your left, it's very simple. You want to come in here as soon as you sign them up and hit build right. It's going to say up here that it's been changed. Okay. You sign someone up on your right, you're going to go back and build left. So you always want to do that. Now, if for some reason you put them on the wrong leg, you could call customer service up to 5 days and change it to the right leg. Okay. So it's not that big of a deal if you make a mistake. One call, they change it, you're good. But you have 5 days to do that. If you realize in the first day, don't wait 5 days, just do that. Okay. The other really important thing to do with compensation is monthly subscription orders. Okay. Now, if you signed up and you didn't sign up for a monthly subscription or you thought you did, but you didn't, the way you check is you just go in here on this tab right here, click on that tab, and it's going to bring up our subscription orders, right? So this is what we get every single month. The Celergize, X39, X49, Eon, and the glutathione. Those are the patches that we wear religiously every single day, okay? If you don't have anything in here, there's two things. One, you got to have at least 55 PV, which means one sleeve of patches every single month to stay active. Why you want to stay active is because the organization is growing. If you signed up under someone, everyone that they're bringing into the business, you're going to see some volume from them, and you lose that volume if you're not at least active with at least one sleeve of patches. Okay. To get paid, you need to have at least two sleeves of patches every single month. Now, if you have customers, they could take care of that 110 PV. But if you own this business and you're promoting this patch, you should have your own patches, right? For $199 a month to keep your business open, that's not a lot of money. Now, if you didn't sign up for a monthly subscription, you just go to store, you go to patches, click on the X39, and then you're going to go down here to the bottom and say add to monthly subscription order. When you click on that order, it's going to say it's been added to your auto order. Not exactly true. You got to go to the cart and check out. Okay. So you go to the cart, check out. You're going to fill out all that information in. And then once you check out and you've completed it, you want to go back in and make sure that it's showing up in here. It's really important if you signed up a week ago or 2 weeks ago to make sure it's 30 days from when you signed up, right? So you can see my next order process is 11/23. Okay. So that's where you check your auto ship. Enrollment link. And I'm doing these in order of importance. Okay. Enrollment link. You want to go to organization to get your enrollment link to send out to either customers and or brand partners. You're going to click on enroll new, global enrollment. I'm going to check this box right here, hit join now. And this link right here, this is your individual enrollment link. We did a training in the back office on technology. One of them is boards. And we teach you how to set up a board on your phone. All a board is a keyboard that you could put links in. And then when someone wants something, you can go to the keyboard and send your link out. But if you don't have that or haven't watched that video, what I want you to do is copy and paste this link into your notes on your phone. Okay. And in that way, when someone says, hey, yeah, I'm ready to sign up, you could go into your notes, copy and paste this and send it to them. And it's going to send your link to sign up as a brand partner. Now, that's one link. This link down here, preferred customer program, this is your other link for customers. You see where it says customer program? Copy and paste that one. So if someone says, hey, I just want to buy it as a customer, you're going to send this link to them. Okay. Save it on your phone in notes and or set up boards. Like I said, it's either and it's in school. You can go in there and it'll show you how to set up these technologies. We have everything from ChatGPT, everything that you can use ChatGPT for in the business, but you're going to want to go check that training out that we did for you guys. Okay. Now, the other thing is how to check commissions. Okay. So how you check your commissions is one of two ways. You can go to your home screen, and this will be your like last 5 or 6 commissions right here. Okay. And or you can go to commissions and go to commissions. And this is going to show you all your commissions. So this far so far this week. These are all the commissions that we've made so far this week, which has every single thing in there. And then you could go back to all the weeks and check your commissions. This is where you check your commissions at. And it updates like every 5, 10 minutes. You can see your commissions update. Okay. Now, we also did a training on the importance of getting to manager and how to get to manager. I want you guys to watch that. It's really, really important because when you get to manager, that's when you unlock the comp plan. And how you get to manager is through volume. But we've done a training on that you guys can go in. I just don't want to spend a lot of time doing that because I want to leave it up for questions and answers. Like I said, this is just a very narrow, broad, hey, these are the most basic things you need to know. But spend some time going through that training, okay? And then if you want to upgrade your package, okay? So let's say you start off the core and I want to upgrade to advanced. You're going to go into store. Again, you're going to go down here to the bottom. You see this is where it says sales tools. If you haven't upgraded, which you can upgrade to advanced, you can upgrade to premium, you can upgrade to anything one time. Okay. Right below sales tool is going to be another tab that says upgrade package. I'm already at the top package, so it's not available for me. But to upgrade, that's where you upgrade right there. So if you're asking why would I want to upgrade, it just gives you more inventory for less than wholesale. That's the biggest reason. So you have more patches to patch people with. Okay. So that's how you upgrade your package. And then the resource tab right here in this is just has some additional training from the company I just suggest going through all these tabs and looking at all these things. Like I said, take 10, 15 minutes a day. You don't have to do it all at once. And then there's also an education tab that has a lot of things about the comp plan. You can go through here. It's got director's resources, executive resources. Just go through these tabs, open them up. You don't have to do it all at once. Like I said, just take a little bit of time to do that so that you're just educated about this business. Now, this is where I like to talk about the hardest part of the business, okay, for most people coming into this business. And that is getting into a conversation. Now, last Wednesday, we did people sharing their testimonials. And the reason I did that is because I want to hear how people are sharing your testimonial, because a lot of people share their personal testimonial that has nothing to do with what other people are dealing with in their life. So you have a disconnect right away. Right. So what I want to talk to you about tonight, we're going to talk about that again on Wednesday night. And come on, share your testimonial. And I want to help you because your testimonial is a part of getting into a conversation, but it's not the beginning of the conversation. Okay. So I always like to talk about when you get into conversations, what not to do. All the books that I've read in my lifetime, I always try to learn from people that have 30, 40 years of experience of what not to do, because what not to do saves you money, it saves you time, and it saves you heartache. Okay. So if you can learn everything not to do, you're 70% of the way there, and then you just got to learn what to do. But the first thing you do not want to do in this business is vomit on people about this patch. That is not what you want to do when you first meet someone. Not within the first 30 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes of talking to someone. You do not want to vomit on people about how excited you are about this business, okay? You also don't want to talk about this being a network marketing business. Now, if people ask me in the middle of the conversation, I don't hide it. I tell them it's a direct sales compensation model. It's not a Me Too product. There's no competition in the space, and it's helping millions of human beings. Okay, so I don't talk about it being network marketing right away. Okay, I also don't talk about the comp plan and how much money that you can make and how much money that I'm making. Okay, that's not the first thing that I do. The first thing that I do and how I open a conversation is I simply leave people with themselves. And what that means is I know a lot about them and they don't know anything about me. And how I accomplish that is by asking questions about them and being very engaged and authentic and trying to learn about what makes them tick. Okay. Now, the other way I do it is by their identity. Everyone has an identity. Okay. If you're a stay-at-home mom, that's your identity. It's a hard job. It's a lot of work. If you are a air traffic controller, if you are an engineer, if you are a car sales guy, or if you're in the mortgage business, real estate business, that's your identity. And the reason it's your identity is because it's what you spend a third of your life doing, right? 8 to 10 hours a day. That's a third of your life. And so that's what people connect with. If you're a professional baseball player, an actress, a singer, whatever it is, that is your identity. And that's what people talk about. The thing about the identity is most people don't care or don't want to talk about what people do for a living. They just don't care because they're so self-absorbed. What I wanted to help you do tonight is I want to help you switch the pitch. And what I mean by switch the pitch is I want you to get into a conversation with people that you leave them with themselves. And when you leave them with themselves, there's two things that happen. They immediately like and trust you because no one's ever done that before. Everyone likes to talk about themselves. But when you ask people questions about themselves, about their family, about their hobbies, about what they like to do, about what they do for a living, it changes the whole dynamic of the conversation. So this is how I do it. When I'm talking to someone, I'll ask them about their family. Now, this could be someone that I know very, very well, and I'm just catching up with them. This could be someone that's a complete stranger. It doesn't matter who you're talking to, right? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring it back to their identity. So if it's someone I know and I haven't talked to them in a couple of years, how are the kids? How's your job? You still with Home Depot? Oh, no, not with Home Depot. What are you doing now? They're going to tell you. Actually, I got my cosmetology license and I'm doing hair. Oh, wow, that's awesome. How long have you been doing that? I've been doing it a couple years. Amazing. You love it? Yeah, I like it, but you don't love it. I mean, I kind of love it. Well, tell me one thing you love about it, right? And I'm just engaging them, right? And I want them to tell me what they love about it. Maybe it's the people, maybe it's the arts, the artistic side of it. Whatever it is, I'm just getting into a conversation and getting to know the person. And then I'm gonna say, well, if you could change one thing about, being a cosmetologist, what would it be? I wish I could make more money. I wish I had different hours. I wish I didn't have to work on the weekends. I wish I didn't have to work evenings. Whatever it is, I'm just gathering information. I never strike and talk about what I do until they ask me. And that's what's going to happen, right? They're always going to ask you, well, what are you up to? What do you do? Right? That's what they're going to do. That's how they're going to interact. That's just the normal way people interact. So when they ask me, then I've got my 30-second commercial ready to go. And this is what you're going to have to practice, right? And this is what we're practicing on Wednesday. But my 30-second commercial has my testimonial involved. So when someone says, hey, what do you do? This is mine. You got to make it your own. Okay. When someone says, what do you do? I say, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have 8 different businesses that I'm operating right now. But my two favorite are my financial services business and my stem cell business. Now, it just depends what they're more interested in, right? I'm going to give them a choice. If they ask me about my financial services business, I'm going to tell them about it. And then I'm going to say that, but the one I'm really excited about is a stem cell business because it's changed. Listen to these words. It's changed my life more than anything has ever changed my life before. And they're like, wow, how? Well, I mean, I feel better than I've ever felt. I'm changing more human lives than I ever thought possible, which just fulfills me more than you could ever imagine. And it's just an amazing, amazing thing that's happening to human beings. And then I will say to them, what do you know about stem cells? Okay, I haven't sold stem cells. I haven't sold a patch. I haven't talked about the X39 patch. I just said the stem cell business has changed my life more than anything has ever changed my life before. And what do you know about stem cells? Now I'm bringing the conversation back to them, right? I said 30 seconds. If you leave people with themselves, that doesn't mean you're talking the whole time. I'm not selling anything. I'm just sharing with people. And they, oh, I don't know much about stem cells, or I know they're expensive, or they're illegal in the US, or you can only get them in Mexico and Panama, or whatever it is. And I'm gonna say, well, this is the most important thing that I learned about stem cells is that between the age of when you're born and 30 years old, 50% of them go dormant. And between the age of 30 and 60, 95% of them are dormant. And that's why people age so aggressively. The other thing I learned about stem cells is stem cells keep us young. They keep us healthy. They help us fight disease. And again, you guys can watch this recording and practice this. Keep them young. Keep me healthy. They fight disease. This is what keeps people up at night. People don't want to age. They want to stay healthy. They don't want to get sick, right? And they want to feel good. Everyone wants to feel good because when you feel bad, when you get sick, when you get a cold, that's when you start to really, really appreciate your life because you're like, man, it sucks to be sick. So I want to talk about things, and that's it. And then the questions just start coming in. And so I'll ask people like, what's your day-to-day energy level in that conversation? Do you deal with any discomfort or pain in your body? If I see somebody drinking an energy drink, I'm going to go up to them, I'm going to get in a conversation with them, and then eventually I'm going to say to them, do you know what you're putting into your body? So there's so many different things that you can get into conversations, but not one thing that I said was scientific. It was a fact. Not one thing that I said sounded like a doctor. You don't have to be a doctor or a scientist to talk about this. You just have to state some facts and learn those facts. But the bottom line is what I hook them with is that I feel better than I've ever felt in my entire life. Now, there's other people in direct sales, all online. They're not making 60% commission. They don't have a product that's not a Me Too product. I'll talk to people about that. Our company allows you to do another direct sales company so they can stick their toe in the water and try it out and see and offer it as an additional thing. Social media, you guys. I know a lot of people don't post videos. I don't see a lot of videos from people that are on our team because people get nervous about it. They think they don't sound good. Let me just express something to you. This is a fact. When you take a photo and it's you and one person, 3 people, 10 people, the only person that you look at in that photo is you. It's a fact. My daughter is 7 years old, and when we take a photo, she scrolls the picture in and looks at herself. It's just who we are. We want to make sure we look decent in the photo. Okay? When you do a video, when you do a video, don't watch it because there's no one that's going to be more critical of you than you. That's why people get nervous speaking in public because they're worried about being judged. If you record a video talking and you watch it, you're going to look at yourself and be like, I said, I wasn't looking at the camera. I did this. I did that. I didn't do this. Like, just record the videos and post it because that's what people want. They want to connect with somebody real, not someone that's super polished, not someone that is, done a video 1,500 times. But use your social media. I'm going to give you these numbers. It's a fact. Social media, people you talk to, whatever it is, 10% will do something. So if you have 200 followers on social media, that's 20 people. If you have 2,000, that's 200 people. Now, it might take a year, but eventually 10% of your following will come along with you if you're consistent. If you have 20,000, that's 2,000 people in your business. This goes with everything. If you got 1,000 contacts in your phone, that's 100 people. If you have 300 Facebook friends, that's 30 people. There's a lot of people that you can talk to. Friends and family. They're the hardest to close. I'm going to warn you because they know who you are, but they're the best to practice on. They might be the last to come. It might take them a year, but eventually they will come if you stick with it and you're consistent. What about people you went to school with? People you worked with at a job in the past? You have their phone number in your phone. Call them out of the blue by accident. This is what I do all the time. Somebody I haven't talked to in 2 years, I'll scroll through my phone. I'm like, hey, Robert Toms. No, this isn't Robert Toms. Who is this? Oh my God, bro, how are you doing? The hardest part of this business is getting into a conversation. Calling someone by accident gets you into a conversation because you're going to go down the same path. What have you been up to? How's your family? Where are you working? What do you love? What would you change? And then they're going to say, bro, what are you up to? What are you doing these days? I'm not on social media. I haven't seen what you're doing. I mean, pull out your phone. I have 3,000 contacts in my phone. Call two people a day. And this is what I want to tell you guys. This is something that we're going to start training on next week on Wednesday. We're going to start training on 2626. And what that means is this. In order for you to make $5,000 to $8,000 a week in this business, this is what you have to do in a year. Okay? A year is a very short amount of time. Think about Christmas last year. Doesn't it feel like it was just last week? I mean, it's already Christmas. I came home, my wife's putting up Christmas decorations, and I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, are we going to start putting it up in July or August or what? Like, what are we doing? Like, the holiday tradition was Thanksgiving, and I always thought that was kind of early. But the point is Christmas comes around really fast. Next Christmas will be here before we know it, you guys. And so this 2626 this is all you have to do. You got to talk to two people every single day, either on your phone, not a DM, not a text message, not a WhatsApp message. Get in a conversation with someone twice a day. It'll take you 30 minutes a day to do this. If you talk to two people a day, at least 5 days a week, you'll get one person a week to sign up. Now, I know you're like, that's crazy. I got to talk to that many people and only one's going to sign up. That's the numbers, you guys. It doesn't matter what business you're in. In the insurance business, it was the same for me. Like my close rate was 10%. If I talked to 100 people, I wrote 10 clients. If I talked to 150, I wrote 15 clients. That's just the numbers. It's a numbers game. Okay? So if you sign up one person every week, that's 52 people. That's the 26 on the left, 26 on the right. And what we want to do is we want to help other people do the same thing. We can get one person a week to sign up in this business in a year to create a $5,000 to $8,000 income, which is a $32,000 to $40,000 income a month, which is $600,000 a year. That's what's possible in this business with one person a week. That's what can happen. But we get discouraged in the first 3 months because we're trying to get everyone to sign up. Talk to two people every day. That's it. Two people every single day get into a conversation about this. By the time 3 months goes by, you're going to be so good at talking about this business But you got to talk to two people every single day. Pull out your phone, go through your 200 contacts, 1,000 contacts, 2,000 contacts, go through your Facebook page and contact people. But the main thing you need to do when you have these conversations, you got to get a patch on people. Because talking about it is not enough, you guys. It's just not. When they have the patch on them, like last week, the testimonials that we heard was unfreaking believable. Nothing that I had going on in my life. And that's what we talked about. Like, we want to share your testimonial, but what people want to know are the five main pillars that I call them. What they want to hear. The first one is nobody wants to age. This is an age reversal product. It says it even in the patent. We don't want to age. A lot of people deal with energy problems. They don't have enough energy. They get tired. They crash. They're drinking energy drinks. They're drinking pre-workouts. They're drinking coffee all day long to get enough energy to finish their day. People are dealing with discomfort or pain in their body. This helps take that away. People are dealing with sleep issues. They don't sleep that good. This patch fixes that. The other thing people deal with is mental clarity and inflammation. So I talk about those things of what it's done for me, plus if I had any plus things that have helped or anybody else has had. So we want to make sure that we lead with that and we're talking to people about those types of things if it's happened for you or if it's happened for someone else. That's the main purpose of this patch. If we get a patch on people, 75% of the people are going to have something that happens in the first 3 to 5 days. If they use it correctly, if they're wearing it 12 hours, if they're wearing it consistently, if they're drinking the right amount of water and they're hydrated. Okay. So I'm not going to get into comp plan tonight. There's been a lot of enhancements. We have a comp plan training that Kyle and I did on the website, on the school system. There's also a bunch of training on our school and our system on the training. I'm just not going to get into it tonight because we have so much stuff already done. And it's an hour training to go through the comp plan. What I want to do really quickly though is I want to share our website with you guys so that you guys can see it and know how to use it. And if you drop in the chat again, Lola. So this is wellnessrev.org. Okay, this is the website. And we built this for our team. We built this for you guys to use, for you guys to share with prospects, with people that are coming into the business so that they have everything at their fingertips when they come in. All right. So you can see the first thing we have here is get on board. Okay. And then join our school. Those are the two most important things when people are coming into this. Okay. So get on board. This is going to take people through to get onboarded to the business. So all the videos that they're going to need to understand how everything works is right here. Okay. Then the other tab right here is chats. So these are all the chats to be a part of if you guys have questions or you want to see what's going on. Our calendar of events, these are all of our calls. Anything that we have coming up, they can click right here. Like tomorrow's call at 7 p.m. You can share this link. You can copy paste and share this link with your people, or you can come into our calendar and just click on this link and it's going to take you to the Zoom. Open Zoom right there. You see? So it is made for you guys to have at your fingertips. And then all the training modules that are most important in the business, like what I just went through and showed you guys, all that stuff is right here. Okay. As well as just go through this website. This is how you join school, how you get to school. This is the comp plan training. So all the videos, understand all of this is in Spanish and in English, everything. So you can see right up here at the top, English and Spanish. So all the videos are all in Spanish. Everything is in Spanish that you need as well. So everything you see here, English and Spanish. So what I was saying about the website as well is we have our book club on here. Anything and everything that you guys can imagine we have thought of, our wellness regimen, which is the reason we did this is because the patch is great, but I also want to teach people what they should be doing with their bodies in the morning, what supplements that they should be taking in their body to make their bodies perform better. These are all the things we take. There's no affiliate links on this website. So if you click on this right now, shop now, you're going to see it just goes directly to the website. I'm not going to put an affiliate and tell you what I do and try to make money off of you guys. This is all, if I had an affiliate link, I would have my name or Jimenez's name right here. This is all just a resource for you guys to use for your benefit, as well as testimonials are on here. And then these are all the resources, you guys, that you guys can go in and brand yourself. All of this stuff you can go in and put your brand on it if you want, or just use our brand. All these resources are made for you. These are all documents you can share and use in your business. These are all have been created by us and for you to use. So use this website as much as you possibly can because that's what it was built for. And let's see. Also one last thing. On the website, there's an I Decide. App on here that you guys can go in and use. Where is that at? Is it under onboarding, Lola?
Yeah, I think it's under onboarding on the bottom.
Where is it? This is templates. Oh, here it is. Yeah, click if you click on I decide. This is an app, and you guys can go in here and check this
Oh,
out. Or and
you're not
there's a
sharing,
sample
Jay.
one here. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Lola. This is you can go in here and you can actually check out get an iDecide or you can experience it like a customer. What this is just a sales tool, you guys. The company also has an app now that you can download and it's like $9 a month, but it has AI in it. It will help you create social media posts. It's called Now Site. Nowsite. You can go to the App Store and download it, but it's going to help you grow your social presence. It generates leads for you. It turns leads into customers. It helps you communicate with customers. But between this and the LifeWave, I'm sorry, the iDecide is just a tool. So if someone says, "Hey, send me more information on the business," it's going to send them a video that's customized for them. It's a $200 one-time fee and it's customized for that customer. It says their name, their address. You don't have to do anything. It's just all AI. They can even ask AI questions about it, but it has your link inside of the iDecide. So your individual link, when you send it out, they'll have the option to sign up with you in that business. But the cool thing about it is it will tell you when someone opened it. It will tell you how far they watched the video. It'll tell you to follow up with them. So it's literally a thinkless system that you can use. It's a tool that it's a third-party tool that we've just brought in and had them build it out for us. It went through compliance with home office. So everything is in compliance, but it's a great tool for you to share. Go into the website and just check out where it says experience it like a customer. If you click on that, it's just going to ask you for three pieces of information, and then it's going to customize it for you. So this is just all good tools. Again, we did a technology training where we shared all these tools with all of you guys from ChatGPT. We have a ChatGPT set up to make sure that anything that you're going to post on social media is actually compliant so that you don't get in any trouble or anything like that. And that's it for that. I know that was a ton of information. Um, it's not as much as you think. I know it'll take a couple weeks for you guys to get accustomed with all this. But right now, what I'd like to do is if you have any questions in English and or in Spanish, I have an interpreter on here. So if you're more comfortable speaking in Spanish, she'll interpret for me and then she'll interpret back to you. Please ask any questions. And every Monday I do this, at least for 15 minutes, answer questions. So don't be shy to ask questions. And thank you, Betsy and Norma, for turning your cameras on. I really appreciate seeing you guys. So you look fine, Norma. And I'm dressed up because I had business meetings today. So sorry, I'm so dressed up. I'm not normally just dressed up every single day in the office, but I had some business meetings today and tonight. So I had to come straight from those to do this call. So anybody have any questions? You can just unmute, ask. Angelica, Martha, Norma. I covered a lot. So any questions you guys have? Go ahead, Norma.
Um, I'm kind of confused as to when to share the website, or is the website just for us? It's not equivalent to the thisisitinfo.com, correct? This is not something we're going to share with prospects.
You could. You could very well share. I mean, if you want to share it with prospects, I mean, there's information on there like I do. I just let them know like, hey, this is the tools that we have. that you could share with prospects. I mean, if I had a friend the other day like, well, what kind of stuff do you guys have for us? And I just, I said, well, go to our website, you can see. So this is it. Info is a website about the patch. Now the I decide is also if it's like a sales tool that you could share with your prospects as well that basically takes them on a guided journey that they want to be on. So if they have questions about comp, if they have questions about technology, if they have questions about the business, they get to choose where they go. So you should go through it and see what it is and how it works, but they decide where they want to go. So there's options in there, and then we also give them information. But a lot of people say, oh, send me more information. I send that to them. And then if they have any questions, then they call. So yeah, so I share this with everyone. I even before I created this website, I shared that this is a team website because I wanted people to see all the resources that we have available, that it's a legitimate business and it's not just, some, because the other companies that I had, Norma, we didn't have anything like this. And so when I came in, and the reason we did the Wellness Revolution side is because I wanted to speak to my audience. A lot of people were coming in because of my wife and I had to have our face on it. And also I needed to have Spanish. I needed something different to give to my audience because we have a younger audience. And so I wanted to make sure that I was speaking to our audience and we couldn't like bait and switch people and say, hey, come into our team and then we're nowhere. So that's why we did this. And I wanted to create something that would speak to our audience. And so that's the main reason and something that was really, really simple for people to come in. It's great. I just wanted to create something that was more catered. And also I have a big Hispanic following as well. So I needed to have Hispanic videos as well so that people could come in and understand everything that was going on. But great question. You can share with whoever you want to share with. It's a tool for the team, but it's also a tool like if someone wants to know, hey, is this a legit business? You can say, hey, listen, these are all the tools we have. Like, you're going to have everything at your fingertips and you're going to know how to start this business. You're going to have the school training platform, everything that you need to start your business, you can use. As well as if you see on here, I also did other things on the website that are like the wellness regimen, the book club, things that are just resources for people to use. But the patch is a great device. It works really, really well. But if you treat your body really well and put the right things in it, you're going to get even more out of the patch. It's going to work even better. So that's why we did that because it's a funnel, Norma, for people because maybe someone's not exactly interested or don't understand the patch and they see that. And so I want a younger audience coming into this business that are a little bit more awake or awoke, if you will, when it comes to wellness and health. So a lot of people are. And so when they see that, it's like, okay, these people know what they're talking about. They're not just talking about this device, they're also talking about, overall wellness. So it's a great question. Anybody
I
else?
have I have one.
Great, Anna.
But first, I'm so excited. I'm pretty new, and
Good.
I'm excited to be on your team. And also, I want to thank Evelyn. It's amazing. She's the sweetest person ever.
She is absolutely amazing. We
I,
love Evelyn.
I,
She's family.
yeah, she's great. So I want to thank her because I've been talking to her through WhatsApp, and her patience is out of this
Yep.
world.
She's
So
amazing.
I appreciate that. And my question is, so I just started on November the 1st.
Okay.
I'm not registered to have the monthly subscription. I wanted to do it. I'm gonna do it so I don't have to order every month. But since I have six right now, I gave two away, so I have like three more with me packaged still. I don't think I'm ready to order another one, but if I have to be active, I'm going to. But I have two friends that are planning to order, but not until December the 10th. So I have to get um my patches on December the 1st in order to be active. I cannot wait for them until the 10th because then I be inactive by the time they buy their product and I won't get no credit because I was already inactive, right?
You're exactly right. Yes.
Okay.
So you just now the thing is you just have to have 55 PV. So you can go in and look at the patches and maybe there's another patch you want to try like the Eon or something like that and those are like 69 and I think it might give you 55 PV on the
Okay.
Eon, but just go in and check that out. It'll tell you what the PV is when you purchase it. I will tell you the reason that I bought the premium pack is because I do I do these. So these are everywhere in every bag in my car, everywhere I go. These are envelopes that you can get from the company. There's $5 for 10, and they're individual envelopes. And so when I first started, I looked like a drug dealer because I had baggies full of patches, and I would like hand people baggies, and I was just like, this does not look good. This is not professional. And then I discovered these, and these have a self-adhesive state tape on the back. So I put 10 patches in every sleeve, and I seal it. Okay. And so when I start talking to someone about the patch, I say, hey, listen, I have some until you order, but let me put one on you. And I'll zip it open in front of them so they see it's a new pack. And then I put the patch on them and I give them the instructions. I say, listen, the most important thing with this patch, if you want to reverse your age, is you got to wear it at least 12 hours every single day. And you got to drink half your body weight in ounces. I'm not going to ask you how much you weigh, but whatever half your body weight is, if it's 70, if it's 140, it's 70 ounces of water. You want to do that. And then yes, Norma, 10. I put 10 in a pack. So I know it seems like a lot, but this is the reason why. Most people are married or they have a girlfriend or they have a spouse. I want them to also patch them, right? So I want them to have at least 5 when they order them. Now, if it's just a single person, this is what I don't guarantee people. I don't guarantee you're going to get results in 3 to 5 days. But if you got results in 90 days on all the issues that we talked about, would that make you happy? How long have you had those issues? 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? If in 90 days this could turn your life around, would it be worth a $300 investment? Because that's what it's going to cost you, $300, you know? So that's what I tell people. Now, most people, including me, I had a transformation in 3 days, right? I had more energy, more mental clarity. I mean, which doesn't matter to most people, but I wasn't waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. Like the pain was leaving my body. So I saw it right away. My brother has had chronic illness his whole entire life, chronic pain, chronic illness. And when I told him about this, I told him, I said, listen, it could take you 90 days. And he's like, if it only takes 90 days for me to feel better, I've been dealing with this for 15 years. So 90 days is nothing, right? So we cannot, there's a saying, don't overpromise and underdeliver. I underpromise and overdeliver. Most people are going to have something. That is if they wear it correctly. Now, this is the only problem with this patch, you guys. A patch is a new habit. And we all know human beings with new habits, right? Every time I go to the dentist is like, you got to floss better. I make a commitment every single time I leave the dentist office, I'm definitely going to floss better. Every time I go back in 4 months, I didn't floss better, right? Because I don't have that habit. So this is a new habit. So I tell people, put it next to your toothbrush. If you want a transformation, it's very easy. You got to take 2 stickers off and slap it on your back. That's the only thing you got to do. And you got to drink water. So that's what I tell people when I'm talking about this advice. Anna, you being new, it's going to take you a little time to understand this. All I'm going to tell you, and this is the thing that I end with. One of the requirements with the 2626 is you got to give this business 3 to 5 years. We are an immediate society of success because we have these devices in our hands. So we have the answers at our tips. We can get things very, very quickly. We can order food to our house. I don't even go to the grocery store anymore because everything is delivered to my house. I don't take my car for service because they pick my car up for service. I don't do anything anymore. But in business, you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have people that are going to say no to you. You heard what I said earlier, Anna. 9 out of 10 people are going to say no. And that's really hard for human beings to hear no 9 out of 10 times. And so we start to believe the 9 no's versus the 1 yes. And that's what I'm going to challenge you guys to do is to understand that when you talk to somebody, these are the pure numbers, okay? 30% of the population will do something. But 10 of that 30 will do something immediately. The other 20 of that 30 will take 3 to 6 months to do something because human beings don't move quickly, right? They're kind of a see and wait approach. So that's 30% out of 100 will do something. 10 will do something immediately. 20 will do something over a 3 to 6 month period. Now there's another 30% that's going to take a year and a half to 2 years to do something. They're slow movers. They don't make decisions quickly. It takes them time. They want to see. They have a long wait and see approach. that 30 will eventually become part of that other 30, that only 10% of that 30 will do something, and it's going to take 3 to 4 years for the other 20 to do something. Now, there's another 40%, right? So we did 30, 30, there's another 40%. That other 40% is never doing anything. And what your job is to do is to figure out that 40 and don't focus on them. Don't spend time on them. You know that they're never going to do anything ever. So where we got to focus our energy is on the 30 that the 10 is going to do something. And that's where the numbers come up with 10, one's going to do something. But if we could positively manage our brains to understand that if I get 52 people in the business in 1 year and I help those 52 people get half that, if they only get 26 people in the business, you can make easily $6,000 to $8,000 a week in this business, if not a lot more, because the numbers just start to grow like crazy. So when you get someone in the business, they need to come to this training and understand, I just got to get one person a week. If I get one person a week, I'm going to celebrate that victory. But in order to get that one person a week, you got to talk to 2 people every day. Now, I know this is it talks about 5 people. I just don't believe most people are capable of talking to 5 people a day with jobs and kids and everything else. I know everyone is capable of talking to 2 people. That's an easy feat to make happen every single day. And I'm just talking 5 days a week. Talk to 2 people. You're going to get one a week. But that's a big win in this business, you guys. The business will grow like crazy. 52 will become 3,000 in a year. 3,000 will become 10,000 in 2 years. 10,000 will become 25,000 in 3 years. 25,000 people in this business gives you a lot of volume. And that's a lot of lives to change. And it might take off even more than that. Those are just the minimum numbers. But just let's focus on that and let's give this thing 3 to 5 years. Stay as excited as you are today, Anna, 2 years from now. And when you're getting punched in the face, remember what I'm talking about. Because it's going to happen. There's going to be ups and there's going to be downs, and you're going to be like, does this thing really work? And then you're going to have people saying, it didn't work for me. I don't think this thing works. And you can't listen to that noise because there's going to be a lot of people out there that think this type of business, this device, but science and patent should be the things that you back up because the science says, and the patent says, and the clinical study says, and your own transformation. Like last week on Wednesday, we had transformations from people that got a concussion to having all their mental clarity back, to somebody that was going through menopause, to someone that was losing hair, to someone that like all these different people had different testimonials for people that have Parkinson, MS, Alzheimer's, autism. Like it works for so many different things. And so that's why I started this call off with the belief is the most important thing that any of us can have. And that will lead everything in the direction that we want this to be. So great, 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 great questions, Dan. I love hearing that people are excited. Just stay excited. Stay on this journey with me. Anybody else? Well, that's perfect. Angelica, you want to say something?
I have a question.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
if I sign a person in advance, do they have to have the monthly the monthly
Subscription?
subscription next month, or they can wait 1 month and then
So the only people that can wait is somebody that signs up for the premium. If they sign
okay.
up for the advance, and again, someone that's going to sign up for the advance is just for inventory, right? That's the main purpose. Or if they have kids and they have a wife or, whatever. I mean, I mean, you make a little bit more money with the advanced, but if people are doing it to not sign up for an auto ship, I'd rather them sign up for an auto ship because that's going to help them build the business and that's going to help them stay active, right? So when people are coming in, we want to make sure that you never want to lose any money. And so the great thing about a binary is when people sign up, you're getting volume from other people in the business, right? So like let's just say, for example, you signed up 3 months after Betsy, and Betsy's on the same side as you. If she signs up people, you get credit for her volume, and you can make money from that. So we just want to make sure we're guiding people in the right directions to stay active so they don't lose their volume. Like my friend, he has like $1.2 million of volume on his left leg, right? So he's making money every week because he's building his right leg. So every time he brings someone in, they get volume because he signed up with me in the very, very beginning. he has all this volume in his organization that now his concentration is I'm building my right leg because I can get the binary off of that bonus. So we just want to make sure we don't let people lose volume and the advantage of having that volume.
Okay, thank you.
And the auto ship, listen, you guys, what I don't like to say this because I think it's risky, but if you have customers, that's going to add to your PV. Okay? So like let me see what my PV is right now. You saw my auto ship is like $400 a month. So let me see what my PV is. So my PV, I'll share this with you guys. So I don't have to be on an auto ship right now. Okay. I mean, I use the product, right? So legitimately, I'm getting the product every month. But this is my PV. I'm at $9,000 PV. That's customers right now to the date so far, people customers that have bought. So if you look at this number, when you look in your rank, this rank right here, this you see where it says minimum 110 PV. This is the PV I need to maintain my volume. I have $9,000 in volume. So if you have customers that sign up, you could have three customers and you have the PV. You don't need to buy the product if you don't want to. But I think it would be silly to be in the business if you're not using the product. It's hard to talk about this with conviction if you're not using the product yourself every day. So I know when people buy that advance, they're like, I got 6 packs. Well, use those to give to people because that's what's going to help you promote this business. That's going to help you get customers. All right. One last thing I want to tell you, Anna, and this is really for you. I'm just thinking about you because you're so new. I always meet people where they are, not where I want them to be. And what I mean by that is this. When I talk about this and people ask me, how do I get the patch? I say it's so easy. You can get it one of three ways. You can either buy it retail for $150 a month, but nobody ever does that because you can buy it wholesale at $99 a month with an auto ship that you could cancel anytime. Or you could do what I'm doing, and I've decided to share this product with every single person I meet because it's become my social responsibility because I'm seeing what it's doing in the community, and the company actually pays me for sharing. Which one sounds most appealing to you? And so I want to know where they're at because if you give people multiple choices, they'll decide. But if you give people one choice, then you have a 50-50 chance of them saying what? No, right? I want to take the no out of it. So if I give you a multiple choice, then I'm not giving you a no option. I'm giving you, do you want to buy it as a customer or do you want to? And so if they want to buy it as a customer, you guys, that is a win. So the 26-26, what I didn't tell you is out of those 10 people, you'll probably get one customer a week as well. So you'll get a customer a week and you'll get a brand partner a week out of it. If you meet people where they are. Now, the way I see customers, you guys, is they're in my orbit. When the customer comes in, they're inside of my orbit, which means I have access to them, which means in 60 days, I'm going to follow up with you and say, how is the device working? Oh, it's amazing. Well, do you want to get it for free? Oh, how do I do that? Well, if you just get three customers to sign up, your brother, your sister, your mom, anybody else to use the product, you'll get yours free every month. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. That's cool. Or if you're going to share and you think you can share with more people, the company's actually going to pay you. So you might want to consider just joining as a brand partner and sharing it with people that you know, and then the company's actually going to pay you. Which one sounds most appealing to you? And then I let them decide if they want to just share it with three people or they want to become a brand partner. Right? The people that want to do it they're going to jump on it. But I'm going to follow up with them again in 60 days. Wow, you're getting your patches free every month. You got 5 customers to sign up. Why don't you become a brand partner? I mean, you share it with 5 people, you could be making money from these 5 people that you brought into the business. If they say, I don't care about that, whatever. Okay, cool. I'm not pushing you into being a brand partner. But the reason I do that, you guys, is because I don't want to push people out. I want to bring people in. And wherever you are in that moment that I'm having that conversation, because maybe you're busy with work, maybe you got a job, maybe you're going through a divorce, maybe your kids are sick, you don't have room in your brain to hear it right now. So just always give people that option. There's 3 ways. Retail, no one ever does it. Wholesale, most people do that. And you could be an affiliate. I like to say affiliate because people understand affiliate marketing. I just post a link and I can get paid, right? And that's what it is to get people in. That's how I share it with everyone. And 100% of the people that I talk to sign up because I'm not pushy. I'm not trying to say, oh, you got to join this opportunity, it's the best opportunity, lifetime. No, I don't do that. I just when I've sold my testimonial and when I've sold that it's changed my life more than anything, how many times has anybody ever said to you in your life that something's changed their life more than anything they've ever had in their life? Never. So when someone makes a statement hook like that, people are leaning in. They're like, "Wow, what in the world?" So like today, I was in the sauna, and this guy, I had 3 patches on my foot because I played paddle last week, and I had a little uh, problem with my foot. And he was like, "What is those things on your foot?" I was like, "Oh, you've never heard of these things before? These things are amazing. Stem cell patches." And he was like, "Stem cell patches? What do you mean?" I was like, "Are you serious? This thing has changed my life more than anything's ever changed my life before." And he's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Man, listen, I'm an athlete. I play sports all the time. I always have body aches, and now if I have anything, it takes it right away, and I don't have the pain anymore." And I was like, plus my energy, like I was playing with 25-year-olds the other day, half my age, and I was running circles around them. So I just whoever I'm talking to, and he's like, "Dude, I need that." The other day, I told the story with Betsy was on. We went to play pickleball in the neighborhood. There was 10 people. I had those patches on my foot. I took it off and I took my sock off in front of everyone. Everyone was like, "What is that? You have blisters?" I was like, "No, these are stem cell patches." And they're like, "Stem cell patches." I was like, "You guys haven't heard of this?" All 10 people signed up on the spot. I sent my link out. All 10 people bought patches right on the spot. We got 3 of them to become a brand partner just because I took my shoe off. I did it intentionally, like because people aren't used to seeing these patches. So when they see it, they're like, "What is that?" So just be intentional about what you're doing and just be ready to talk about it. But again, the main thing is it's changed my life more than anything. Go ahead, Normal.
I know you're gonna be closing soon, so
Yes.
say, oh, what? I need that. Well, let me send you some information. Does
No.
that, see, that's,
No. So do they ask me for information? I mean, when I tell them this changed my life more than anything, how do I get it? I send them a link. That's what I do. So I send them my link, and then if they say, "Well, send me more information," I send them I decide. And I'm gonna say my link is inside of there, so you'll see it'll give you the option to either buy as a customer or buy as an affiliate, whatever one is most appealing to you. So that's what I do. But by the time I've sold it and I've told them how amazing it is, they're not asking me for more information because I've already my passion and conviction and belief has got them like I need that, right? So that's why it's so important to make sure when you're having that conversation. But also, it's really important, Norma, not to talk too much because sometimes you can oversell or outsell yourself from something. So when they say that, that's why I'm very specific with what I talk about. Like all the stuff I talked about tonight. Did you know that between when you're born and 30, 50% of your stem cells are dormant? Did you know between 30 and 60, 95%? Do you know what stem cells are for? They keep you from aging, they keep inflammation out of your body, they keep disease out of your body. They keep you from being unhealthy. So I mean that's why like this scientist that created this was like, why do people age so aggressively between the age of 60 and 80 years old? It doesn't make sense. Like there's just this cliff, people get disease and heart attacks and cancers and all these Alzheimer's, all these things start setting in, and people are like, it is what it is, but it's not, right? I mean, we have a way to reverse this, and so this is the device, and it also helps. Like when I say that I'm 52, people are like, "There's no way you're 52." I'm like, I'm 52 years old. Like my hair used to be gray. My hair's black on top. It used to be salt and pepper, like a lot more gray than black. And they're just like, "No way." And I have pictures of when I first started wearing this patch because I came in because there was a chiropractor online that he was talking about, doing this, and he became a doctor, and he's like, 20 months after he tipped his head down, his hair was black, and he was like, "I used to have full gray hair." And I was like, "That's crazy." I didn't do it for that, but it's one of the effects of this patch. So when you're talking to older people, and you're like, "My hair turned back," like they're like, "What? I want that." So again, I don't do any of this online though. I want to end this call with that. I don't do anything on social media talking about any of these things, okay? Because there's the FTC. You can't make claims. You can't do those things online. One-on-one in a conversation, in a training, I will talk about these things because you can. But I don't go on social media and blast this stuff and talk about stem cells and talk about all this stuff because, we don't, the FDA is a corrupt organization that wants to treat people with prescription medication and keep people sick. So, you know, that's just the fact. So I'm just very careful because I don't want us to get shut down because I know this device is going to change humanity. So, all right, guys, you guys were great. I love the questions. You have another question, Norma? Okay. Um, and Anna,
Yes, sir.
do you
No,
have a
I'm good.
question?
I'm good. No, thank you so
Okay.
much.
You guys are great. Let's go kill this thing. Tomorrow night at 7, invite your prospects to the call. Show up to the call so you guys can see how the presentation is done. I watched like 30 of them, you guys, so that I could talk about this and pick what I want to talk about. Don't have to talk about everything. Conversation with people should be no more than 2 to 3 minutes, right? The impact and what you're saying is what's important. Don't make it long because sometimes that's all you got. When I'm in the gym, I'm working out. I got 2 or 3 minutes to get in a conversation with someone, convince them that they need to do this, get them a link, and then that's how they sign up. If I'm in a sauna, I'm not trying to go into details because this is what you guys have to do. You have to create something that's duplicatable. If you got to talk about it in 15 minutes, no one's going to want to do that. If you could talk about this in 2 or 3 minutes, everyone's going to want to do it. So that's what you got to be careful about, is not to talk too much. Thank you guys so much. Have an
Perfect.
amazing night. We'll see you guys very, very soon.